All right, boys, we are back. And you know what? We had a crazy December with our Tampa Bay Lightning in year 6. We started off the season pretty bad, I must say. For the team that we actually, you know what? For the team that we had, it was absolutely ridiculous. You know, we're supposed to be winning the President's Trophy here with this team. Back in the Stanley Cup Finals for the third year in a row, hopefully. We started off pretty bad. I think it was 14, 13, and 3 after 2 months, but the month of December was great to us. We had a great Christmas. We went 13 and 1, so our record now is 26, 14 and 3. We're actually first in the NHL. Well, we're tied for first with Pittsburgh, but we're up there. It's a lot better than 14, 13 and 3, all right? So we've changed the lines. Everything seems to be clicking right now. Oh, excuse me. So let's not change anything. Let's go month by month. We'll go up to the All-Star game because that's the new thing I'm going to start doing. You guys like to see the lineups for the All-Star game. I'm not going to do the slow simulation. I'll do the quick simulation because I didn't really talk about it last time. It's just an All-Star game. But, yeah, look at that, 14 and 1, 15 and 1. I'm counting since the beginning of the new line changes in December. We're 15 and 1. What about right now? Hang on, 16 and 1. Dear God. BJ Crombeen, no, we don't need you. Roman Polak, it's not a bad, I wouldn't mind picking him up just to trade him, but you know what? No, I'm going to say no. Ryan Reeves, no, we don't need you either. Keegan Lowe, no, we don't need you. Because we have so many players in our minor league system now, boys. You know how before for playoff runs I'd like to pick up waivers? Well, now we have so many young guns that can come up and fill those waiver positions. Fill the injury positions that the waivers used to in previous years for us. Guys like Monahan, guys like, not LaFontaine, but even that Len Little guy can come up. Defensively, though, I could use another defenseman or two. But we give them the shot. Remember, this was supposed to be a rebuilding year, or a reloading year. Hasn't really turned out that way with the amount of trades that we've been able to do. Scouting assignment, yeah, let's check out these defenders in the WHL. Been scouting these guys for the last 12 weeks now. There's a couple top 10s, 3 top 10s, and I've got them all scouted pretty well so far. So let's move on. 1 top 10 over there. Yeah, let's check out this guy. Taff, however we pronounce it. Alright, so let's simulate all the way up here. Did we lose? I think we lost the game in overtime there. We must have, yeah, I think we lost the game in regulation because we were 14. We're at 15 now. Man, we've only lost 1, I think. 14 and 3. Yeah, Jesus. We've gone another, 10 games almost. 9 and 1. After that 13, I'll go back and check it all after. Man, those line changes, I don't know what happened with our team. We've just turned it on all of a sudden. This is more like it, boys. This is more like it. The 60-win season, I guess it's semi still intact. We have 18 losses already. We can only afford another 4 losses. But, I mean, we were 14, 13, and 3. We were 14 and 16, basically. Now we've got to 37 and 18, all right? I mean, Jesus. So, All-Star break. Yeah, we'll do the All-Star. Oh, whoops. I actually skip the All-Star. You see, boys? Sorry about that. What are you going to do, though? So let's go all the way up to this beginning of February, and let's check out our record here in January. I think we only lost 1 game again. The last 2 months, I think we've only lost 1 game each month, which is incredible. All right, so January. Let's see, win, 1 loss. Yeah, again, we've only lost 1 game in January. So in the last 2 months, boys, we've only lost 2 games. All right, yes, they've been regulation games, and I bet a bunch of our wins have been into overtime, but you still get the win for it, right? So 13 and 1 after December, and then it was 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 and 2 in our last 2 months. Dear God. What a run we're on right now, boys. 24 and 2, all right? I don't want to change anything right now. I do not want to change anything, but I do want to check out the player stats and the team stats. Let's see who's really... I think it's depth scoring. I think we're getting goal scoring from everyone, and our goaltender is stepping up for us now, Bernie Mac. So hang on. Yeah, goals for per game. We're second in the NHL now with 3.33. The Islanders, they have a goal-scoring machine over there. They're above 3.5. Where I want to be, but if you're above 3, again, that's my minimum kind of for goals for per game. 3.33 is great. So I have no problem with that. Second in the NHL for goals for. Goals against, Second in the NHL for goals against, 2.22. Perfect. Couldn't ask for more, okay? Yeah, you want to be below 2, which is like the perfect scenario. But I always say be below 2.25 and you're in good shape, all right? So we're below 2.25. We're second in the NHL for goals against, and we're second in the NHL for goals for. Just imagine we started the season on this little run that we're going on with these lines. My goodness gracious. Power play percentage, we're first in the NHL. So from day one, our power play has been doing great. We haven't changed it up. It's doing great for us. It's all those offensive defensemen that we have. All those like Shattenkirk, Ekman Larson, I guarantee you. Beaulieu, even Hedman, man. Our penalty kill, it's slowly getting up there. Remember, it was in the high 70s at one point in the season. I always say if you're hovering around 85%, there's nothing wrong with that. And we're just there. Columbus has a great penalty kill, but I mean, we're less than 0.5% away from being second. So everything is clicking right now. I have no problem with anything on our team. Let's check out the player stats. Let's see who's doing what for us right here. I want to see, because we changed Nugent Hopkins and Braden Shen up to the first line at the beginning of December when we started our run. They had third line points going into that, but I want to see, because they've had 2 months now, I want to see if they've caught up in points with everyone else. So Steven Stamkos, yeah. So ever since putting Nugent Hopkins back with not back, but on the first line with Steven Stamkos, Stamkos is now above a point a game player. Remember, he started off pretty good, but then he started trailing with Lofthouse and Brown. He was like a few games or a few points below games played. Now he's got 62 points in 55 games. So that first line is really clicking. Tyler Seguin, the solid second liner. He's turning into a Joe Thornton, a perfect Joe Thornton replacement. Remember Big Joe? He was never the star of our team, but he was the second line center. Always getting points. That's what Tyler Seguin's becoming for us now. Yeah, he's a great player for us. Nugent Hopkins, yeah, he's jumped. Ever since I put him on the first line, look at that. Now he's got 51 points in 55 games. Connolly, 36 points in 55 games on the second line. That's fine. LaFontaine has 33 points in 55 games. So he's getting great points for a third line left winger. I think that power play is definitely helping out his point production. Lofthouse, 32 points in 55 games. All right. Same thing with him, even though he's on the third line now. He had those first 2 months of being on the first line, and he has power play time to help him get points. Dustin Brown, same thing, 32 points. So Lofthouse and Brown, they're starting to trail off a little bit. That's just because they got demoted down to the third line. But they're still getting power play time. They're still getting plenty of points. Remember, if your third liners get more than 40 points, that's a good third liner, right? Granlund could be doing a bit better, but I think it's because he doesn't have any power play time. And he's on the second line. So that's the difference between Connolly and Seguin. They get power play time. Granlund doesn't. But again, if he gets more than 40 points, I'll be happy with that. So Granlund could be doing a bit better. All right, we're doing great. Obviously, everyone can't score. Everyone can't have 60, 70-point seasons. I'm just saying, though, Granlund could be doing better. Braden Shen, I have no problem with him because he's on the first line, and that first line is clicking. He's got 22 points in 55 games, but he's the defensive player. He's a better Dustin Brown, basically. Better offensively. Dustin Brown's better defensively. Nick Ritchie on the fourth line, he's doing great. Lemieux, yep, they're all getting points. Defensively, let's see what Ekman Larson, I checked that in the last video. I want Ekman Larson to break the 60-point mark. He's not going to, he's pushing 50, 55 points. He's not pushing 60 right now. So Beaulieu, Hedman, Ekman Larson, they're all right. Ekman Larson could be doing better, though. He could be doing better with that kind of player, with the offensive threats that we have out there. Bernie Mac, his goals against has dropped, man. Holy crap. It was at like 2.3 something last time. It's now 2.12, below 2.25, which is great. And his save percentage has jumped up to .925. So Bernie Mac is even stepping it up, all right? Everyone is stepping it up right now for us. So let's simulate. Let's go up to the trade deadline. Yeah, we'll go up to we'll get to all of February. This will be our last month, and I'll take your comments for trade deadline, but I really don't think we need to make any decisions for trade deadline. I mean, our team is 24-2 in the last 2 months, 25-2. I mean, we 26-2. We could be obviously we could contend for the President's Trophy with our record, but we could, after starting off with 16 losses and only having 14 wins, we could still become a 60-win team this year, which would be unbelievable. All right? Because you can only afford 22 losses. Oh, there's back-to-back losses, though. There you go. That's something that hasn't happened in like 3 months now. That's all right, boys. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just come back. Keep scoring goals. Keep scoring goals. Remember how I said that we might have gotten unlucky in the first 2 months? Well, the same like the other flip of the coin there. We might have gotten very lucky with the simulation for the last 2 months. All right, so it goes both ways. It goes both ways. See, we're starting to lose some games now, more regularly than we did in the December and January months. Those were absolutely ridiculous runs, but it was good. If we had those runs consistently throughout the whole year, you'd see maybe a 70-win team. But because we had such a horrid start, after that great run, we're only back to being a good team, right? If you have a bad start, man, it's hard to come back from it. But we have. It took a 24-2 run, but we have. Scouting assignments. Oh, should we keep searching the defensemen? There's another top 10 guy here. Let me just go through the other countries. Top 10 guy in the Czech Republic. No. Let's check out if there's any forwards now, just to see. Ooh, there's a top 5 guy already. Let's go after this guy for now. QMJHL. Update. There you go. All right, last game before the end of February, and we win it. So, we're 42, 18, and 5 before the trade deadline. Oh, we got a few games left, but you know what I mean. So let's check out. December, we went 13-1. January, I think we went 9-1 or 10-1 or 11-1, something like that. February, we trailed off a bit. Let's see, we went 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5. Yeah, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we went 5-5 in February. All right, so not the greatest February. But again, after that great run, we're in good shape. All right, so let's check out the NHL stats here. See if we're up there. Bernie Mac, he's climbing up the tables. Goals against average, he's down there at 2.29 now. All right, he's climbing. Save percentage, he's up there because we knew he was at .921, I think. So he's getting up there, right? Wins, Bernie Mac at 40. Points, Steven Stamkos is taking over the NHL lead. So yeah, Steven Stamkos, put him beside Nugent Hopkins. I think we have magic here, boys. Braden Shen as well, all right? Braden Shen as well. He's part of that line, but yeah, I think Lofthouse, I think his poise just needs to get a bit better. I think that's what Nugent Hopkins has him covered in, which is definitely helping out in the simulation. Points, Stamkos is up there. Is there anyone else? No, there's not. Assists, Nugent Hopkins, yeah, look at that. He's jumped to the top. And Sagan is up there as well. So 2 of our centers, our first and second line center, are top 8 in assists in the NHL. Goals, Stamkos leading the NHL. Remember, and he was nowhere to be found last month. So he's really turned it on with Nugent Hopkins and Braden Shen. We are first in the East with 89 points, and we are first in the NHL with 89 points. So the President's Trophy, it's a possibility. We're not clear of Pittsburgh. We're not clear of Columbus, all right? We still need to win some games. But with the lineup that we have right now, we've been winning a lot of games. February wasn't the greatest. We went 5-5, but this is the lineups that we have set right here, and they've been working great for us. Stamkos and the Nuge, they've been working great together. Braden Shen is the good defensive player on that line, and he hasn't been stopping these guys from getting points. The second line, I don't want to touch. They're doing great. Granlund could be doing a bit better, but it's because he's not on the power play that he's not getting that extra 10, 15 points that Sagan and Connolly have, right? So I'm okay with Granlund still being there. He is 87 overall. Third line, LaFontaine, Lofthouse, and Brown. A lot of Lofthouse's and Brown's points came from the first 2 months being on the first line, but that's fine. They're still in the power play. They're still getting time. Brown's not on the power play. Lofthouse is, and LaFontaine is as well. So third liners are still getting their points, and the fourth liners, they're doing what they do down there, just getting some experience, all right? Defensemen, they're doing good. So we got to remember these lines, because if we continue this run going into next season when we have this exact same team, I want to keep these lines together, all right? So take a screenshot of these lines. We're not changing them whatsoever, all right? I got to remember this. These lines are they're working perfect for our team right now. They are working perfectly for our team, all right? So there you go. Tampa Bay Lightning, 42, 18, and 5. And our AHL team, 38, 15, and 4. Monahan, 32 goals. Len Little, 40 assists. All right, so both teams are just doing outstanding. After our AHL team and our NHL team won their respective trophies last year, they're both going for their regular season win. The Presidents, I don't know what it's called in the AHL, but you know what I mean, all right? So it's turning out to be a good year. Started off bad, but we've turned it around, boys. Tampa Bay Lightning, watch out.